Remember when I said earlier, I've never seen so many cowards and black men in this business? I would have to put my brother Tyler Perry in that.
So here's a story time about how filming Meet the Browns was the most stressful and hardest thing that I've ever done in my entire life. I had no idea that Tyler Perry's studio schedule was so drastic. If you're at this point, I'm extremely overwhelmed. I really don't know what I want to do. I had waited years and years to work with Tyler Perry. It was the biggest dream that I had at the time.
How did Tyler Perry go from being a celebrated filmmaker to a symbol of controversy? Why do so many celebrities, like Eddie Murphy, Monique, and Dave Chappelle, keep calling him out? And what dark truths are hidden beneath his empire?
It's heavy on my heart, man, and I'm tired. And we around here deifying people that go out and do this, and I'm gonna do this, and I'm gonna pay off this, and I'm gonna pay off that, and I'm gonna pay off that. But at the same time, these same people are predators.
From Monique's shocking allegations to Eddie Murphy's candid thoughts on Tyler Perry's empire, why is Hollywood's biggest name in black entertainment drawing so much heat? Well, for starters, we have Eddie Murphy. Tyler Perry has always expressed his desire to work with Eddie, but it seems the comedian has never been interested.
You know I love to come in here and give you some ideas.
Listen to me, I would love to work with Eddie. Eddie won't return my calls, so maybe one day we'll have a conversation. But I think Eddie got to a place in his life, he's like, look, I've done it all, I've seen it all, peace out. So, I don't know, I'd love to work with Eddie on something, for sure.
You just gotta walk up on him the next time you guys are one of these Oscar parties.
No, Eddie doesn't show up anywhere. Eddie is a recluse. He shows up nowhere. If I find him, I will corner him.
Word on the street is that Eddie Murphy is too principled to allow himself be forced into a humiliating role of wearing a dress.
I want to let you know that there is a definitive blueprint that you can follow to achieve success, prosperity, longevity, and peace of mind. It's a blueprint, and I followed it my whole career. It's very simple.
Eddie Murphy's observations set the tone, but what happens when Tyler Perry's choices impact someone's career? Enter Monique.
Tyler Perry and I had a conversation at the Hoodie Awards. At the time it was called the Hoodie Awards, when they were trying to get me to go do all of this press internationally.
And for those that don't know, who put on that Hoodie Award?
Steve Harvey put on the Hoodie Awards in Vegas, right? So it just makes me smile the way this whole scene went down. So I'm beckoned to go into Tyler Perry's dressing room, right? I'm beckoned. So I go into Tyler Perry's dressing room, and there are about maybe 25 people on Tyler Perry's team. And he does this.
Like that. Okay.
And everyone leaves. Well, I have my security with me. And I looked at my security like, you don't work for Tyler Perry. So my security stayed in the room. So Tyler Perry says to me, listen, you may really want to consider promoting this film, because if you get nominated for an Oscar award, your next film is $3 to $5 million. And if you win it, your next film is $6 to $8 million. I said, Tyler, who you talking to? I'm a black woman. Where do they pay those type of salaries, brother? I said, what I cannot do, Tyler, is work for free. I've done what I was supposed to do. I cannot go overseas and do this for free, Tyler. So then he goes on about his spiel, you know. I said, well, listen, you can write me the check for me to go overseas. I don't care where the money comes from, but I'm not gonna do it for free. He says, well, I don't believe in giving money away for free. I said, I don't believe in working for free, so we're on the same page.
While Monique's battle with Tyler Perry is about personal struggles, Jaguar Wright takes her criticisms to an entirely different level.
So what do you feel happened to Black Hollywood to where it used to be an event to put out a black movie?
Tyler Perry happened to Black Hollywood, and he did it by using ignorant so-called Christian to fund all of his very homosexual behavior. He ain't Richard Smallwood. He's a whole cross-dressing weirdo. Let's just be honest, it was Black American churches that made Tyler Perry rich. They went to all his plays. Like, Tyler Perry plays started in the churches. And he took all of that money and hustled that money and hustled that money and hustled that money into the television shows. And yet, how many churches does he donate to? Because the only one I've ever seen him donate to was T.D. Powerbottom's Jake Church. And they both attended the freak-offs, you know, as brethren.
From cultural stereotypes to personal trauma, Christian Key's revelations bring another layer of controversy to Tyler Perry's name.
Person was asking me for years. He was claiming, you know, that he had multiple young black men on the payroll, and they just had to show up when he requested them to be there. And clearly that's why it felt to him that it was okay to say these things. And I want to have these discussions. I want to be transparent with y'all about that. I've done my best to forgive this person, but it happens. It happens. It's not just women that have to deal with it, but it's also men sometimes. And it'll be men tempting men. And that's why a lot of my posts over the last few years have been about taking the scenic route, you know, taking the long way around, because if that means that you can carry your integrity with you. Once harassment started, I was like, well, I gotta protect me, because I'm saying no, and I don't want this person, as powerful as they are, to try to get in the way of my work. So I started recording. So I have them offering me money to take my clothes off. I have recordings when I wasn't working with them or for them. I have recordings of them confessing that, you know, the other guys that they have on the payroll, all of the above. And the difference is, the wonderful thing about confidentiality agreements and non-disclosure agreements is that they can't prevent you from turning all of those things over to the police.
Christian Key's story reveals the pressures of Hollywood, but Kevin Hart's perspective on Tyler Perry adds a more nuanced critique.
Tyler Perry is one of the smartest on the planet. Mm-hmm. And he's not smart from a rocket scientist, brilliant, I have all the answers perspective. He's smart from the side of, why can't we do that? Mm-hmm. Tell me why, because I feel like we can't. So tell me why we can't, and then I'm just gonna give you an idea of why I think we can. And when you put people in the position to answer your questions.
While Kevin Hart acknowledges Tyler Perry's brilliance, Katt Williams and Dave Chappelle take a much harsher stance on his creative choices.
I mean, I'm a conspiracy theorist to a degree. Like, when I connect dots that maybe shouldn't be connected, I don't know. But certain dots, like when I see that they put every black man in the movies in a dress at some point in their career, I'll be connecting them down like, wow, all these brothers gotta wear a dress. This happened to me. I'm doing a movie with Martin.
Yeah.
The movie's going good. So I walk in the trailer. I'm like, man, this must be the wrong trailer, because there's a dress in here. They come in. The writer comes in. I think he's the writer. He's like, Dave, listen, we got this hilarious scene where Martin's sneaking out of jail. So he disguises you as a prostitute. And he put this dress on, and what? A prostitute? No, I'm not doing that. I don't feel comfortable with that. That should have been in the discussion. What? You don't feel comfortable with it? I mean, it's a hilarious bit. All the greats have done it. So, well, if all the greats have done it, it's kind of hacky, right? You're right. So why don't we just not do it? Because I don't feel comfortable wearing a dress.
Him and Tyler Perry can't play a man to save their life. They play good women, and I believe that the best actor should be in the best role. We put too much pressure on Tyler Perry. You know what I mean? He ain't put nobody on. The people that been in his productions, they not famous. All of them can walk through the mall without security. Be what you're gonna be, but put your people on. If you a gay person and you in there, put some other gay people on. Put somebody on. Or don't be wondering why people keep saying gatekeepers. Because clearly, y'all are keeping these gates. Clearly.
Katt Williams and Dave Chappelle's concerns about black masculinity lead us to another voice who was deeply offended, Paul Mooney.
Black man, that movie, I couldn't stand that movie. I was very offended by that movie. That movie was insane. Yeah, Oprah and whatever the other man's name is. That man that dresses up like a lady. What's his name? Yeah, the one that has Alzheimer's. He's from God, he's a man. He just stay in the dress. He can't help himself. When we play a role, people think that this is a reality show. When Superfly was out, they thought every black man was a pimp. When they go see these films with black people in them, they believe what they see. Well, a white actor, they're acting. You know, you don't think that every white man's Jason or every white man's Psycho in that movie. That's an actor.
Paul Mooney's frustrations aren't isolated. Bill Duke and Idris Elba have their own critiques of Tyler Perry's portrayal of black people in colorism, which is evident in his movies.
A lot of the racism in our community is based upon the house versus the and the house were the ones who Masa had slave and she'd have a baby, and because they were mixed, black and white, they have the privilege of working in the house as servants, cooks, maids, etc. But if you were dark, you worked in the field from sun up to sundown, and that was the division. And the field were not fond of the house because they had privileges, and the house were not fond of the field because they were privileged. Until this day, if you go online under hashtag Team Lightskin, hashtag Team Darkskin, you'll see light-skinned black women and dark-skinned black women working over beauty issues, and each of them has over 300,000 members. The irony is I have white female friends who go to tanning salons once or twice a week, become darker, crinkle up their hair, get Botox lips and butt lifts to look more ethnic.
Yeah.
Everybody wants to be black.
Even cartoon characters couldn't resist taking shots at Tyler Perry. Take The Boondocks, for example, a show that had everyone laughing while calling out some serious issues with his work.
Okay, Robert. Again. My dude. That's it! Breathtaking. You know, I remember when I sat down to write my first play. I asked Jesus, will you co-write with me? And he said yes. And I told Jesus, I want to write plays for women. What do women want to see? And Jesus said, see men. Since that day, I've searched the world for the black men alive. And I found them, my shirtless men. And Jesus was pleased. I didn't know religion worked like that. Then I asked Jesus, how can I further spread your message on earth? And he said, cross-dressing. And so I put on a dress and a wig, and Jesus was pleased. With that dress, that wig, and these beautiful muscular gifts from God, I have built an empire, and soon I will crush Ice Cube, and my supremacy of Black Hollywood will be complete.
In any case, these videos imply that there might be a hidden truth beneath the surface. The question arises, what could be Tyler Perry's secret that has led some dark-skinned actors to decline working with him? Tyler Perry has certainly made a huge impact, rising from the Atlanta theater scene to dominating the box office with his Medea series. But like any success story, his journey hasn't been without its bumps and controversies. Anyway, that's it for this video, folks. Bye.